So I can't say that this is unexpected, but here we go, folks. Here comes the push for the digital dollar. Now, for those of you who follow my channel, you would have recalled a few weeks ago that I brought it to your attention an incredibly concerning bill getting quickly shoved through the Australian Parliament regarding the move to force everyone to have digital IDs. Now, what made this so concerning is that there were over 150,000 signatures against this move. And yet, this didn't matter one bit. The Labor and the Liberal political parties didn't even want this to be heard, and they just rammed it on through. No discussion, no debate, done and dusted. And of course, look, these knuckleheads are saying this is not compulsory. But I think we know all too well what voluntary looks like. But look, what does the digital dollar have to do with a digital ID? Well, for there to even be a digital dollar, there first must be a digital ID for that dollar to then be assigned to. And then at that stage, you don't have control over your money. The government does, with the power to shut it on and off as they please. Don't believe it? Well, look, I think COVID has taught us many things about government overreach. And all we have to do is look at Canada and what they did during the trucker protest. They shut down people's individual accounts. They shut down legal charities. They even blocked companies like GoFundMe to ensure people were crippled. This is before digital IDs and digital dollars even. So just think how much easier it will be once done. Now, I know this will likely not come as a surprise to many of you because Macquarie Bank announced this late last year, but here's the headline that sparked this video. All Macquarie Bank branches go cashless in a shift to digital only. This is concerning as it is just another step towards the beast system taking form. And frankly speaking, I have enough governmental intrusion and observation of my life already. And frankly speaking, I just don't want more. But that is the reality of living in any major Western society today. So what does the Bible say about the beast system? Well, Revelation 13:16 through 17 tells us, it also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. So this alludes to some system in place where all people, rich and poor, will be required to take this mark if they want to function in this so-called dysfunctional society. What's more, verse 15 says that if people refuse, they will be killed. Now, of course, the world is not there yet, but this is also why you've got people like me and others who we're doing our best to sound the alarm and bring this to the attention of people. And so let me tell you a little story of something that, well, it just happened yesterday that I'm so sure many of you you'd probably overlook it. I went to the local butcher to grab something to throw on the grill yesterday. And yes, we still have butchers in Australia. Gotta love it. And I'm looking over the meats, deciding what I'm going to get. And this woman making her purchase asks the guy behind the counter, "Do you still take cash?" To which he replied, "Absolutely, we take cash. Cash is king. We prefer cash." And with a nervous laugh, she muttered, "I'll use cash when I can until it gets taken away." My eyes grew wide and I just blurted out, "We have to fight this." Oh my gosh. You could hear the penny drop. And so this woman paid her bill and walked out the door for this guy to then serve me. And so me being me, I just said to this guy as he was serving me, "You know, last month, Parliament just voted that Australians will have to move over to a digital ID, despite the fact that 150,000 people signed a petition against this." And so here's the concerning part. He had no clue. He was like a deer caught in the headlights waiting to get hit by a car, or, well, in this case, a kangaroo. But it certainly got him to stop and think. And I could tell as he was thinking about it, look, I know he actually wanted to know more, or at least know more of what I thought. Now, I could have gone on. I could have gone into this whole thing about what the Bible says and about the 10 kings and end of days and all the draconian garbage going on globally. But in this particular case, I didn't. The reason why is there were other customers and it just wasn't the right time to go beyond what I had said. But I guarantee the conversation will continue another day because I visit this particular butcher a bit. And I tell you this to encourage you all for just to pick your moments. For someone like me, look, I've been studying eschatology deeply since 2017. And look, it's been an incredibly long journey. But most people, well, they're oblivious. They go on with life thinking that nothing much other than, well, what's ahead of them. And in many cases, they just don't care or they don't even want to know about all the evil that is certainly in this world. 2 Corinthians 4:4 tells us that Satan, who is the god of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. They are unable to see the glorious light of the good news. They don't understand this message about the glory of Christ, who is the exact likeness of God. So when you go on, and you do, and I know you do it, you do an information dump on these people who don't believe, how do you think they're going to react? And so let me encourage all of you. Matthew 5 tells us that we, as Christians, are to be the light of the earth, meaning as the world gets dimmer in sin, the joy that we should be exuding seems brighter to those perishing. And as I like to say, look, it's a lot easier to pull a rope than to push it. So don't push people into knowing the truth, but rather share the truth you hold on to with the hope that they will also grab the rope of hope and salvation that you are clinging to so that they might get pulled along also. And folks, that is my word for the day. Look, I will admit this is likely to get a little bit tricky to navigate as the beast system is put into place. Pick your battles for sure and resist the enemy. And most importantly, be obedient to Christ who will lead you through. And look, for what it's worth, despite my bank removing ATMs nationwide, as of yesterday, well, look, I can still withdraw $7,000 at the bank directly. Now, this could and probably will change later in the year, but for now, I'll just keep paying attention. And for me, I'll keep putting cash into assets that I'm easily able to liquidate or will always be in need. Is it a great strategy? Maybe, maybe not. But it's what I'm doing to try and navigate all of this. So thanks for your time today, and please pass this video on and like it if you think someone would appreciate this and be blessed by it. And I hope to see you all next time.